ticket.
Quinlan was here.
How's it going, y'all? Rowdy Riles back with another video. So we've got another members first. So channel members, join for 99 cents. You're in luck because you get to see this early. Everyone else, you gotta wait a couple of days. But today we have another Star Wars Black Series. It's been a while. Character I was excited for when they announced him. We have Quinlan Vos, and he is labeled as the Clone Wars. So, you know, he was in like 1 or 2 episodes of that, and he's had some name drops along the way. He was in the novel with Asajj Ventress. They become lovers and all that stuff. So definitely a must need for me in the display. Jedi, you know, I'm all over that. So with all that being said, let's take a close look at the box and we'll get this bad boy open. Taking a look at the front of the box, it says Star Wars The Black Series, Quinlan Vos, number 22 in the Star Wars The Clone Wars line. We got some Galaxy artwork on this side, more artwork on the back, and a blurb. While on a mission to kill Count Dooku, expert tracker Quinlan Vos fell in love with the assassin Asajj Ventress, leading to a perilous dalliance with the dark side? Dalliance? Is that a typo there? Dalliance. Alliance? Dalliance? DeLoreans? What is happening? Open window on this side, top of the box, bottom of the box, and with all that being said, Quinlan Vos has been a bad since like before the Clone Wars, so like legend stuff, so I'm very glad that he's getting some representation and love in the Black Series. He's a very cool character. Alright, so here's our Quinlan Vos figure out of the box, and like I said, he's a cool character. His force ability is like he can touch things and gain memories from it, so he's like the Jedi's master tracker. Like he's who they'll send if they need someone tracked, and also if they need someone to kind of just like not follow the rules, because Quinlan Vos is like a bad boy of the Jedi. Like he kind of flirts with the dark side a little bit, and that's kind of what makes him cool. He's more of like a gray Jedi than a normal Jedi. Like he just does it his way and somehow makes it out. And then of course, if you've watched Obi-Wan, you know he survives past Order 66 because he's one of the Jedi that started the path, which is a way for Jedi to escape the Empire's grasp and the Inquisitors. So kind of an important character, even though he's only showed up canonically in the Clone Wars. And also, I haven't done comparisons yet, but Quinlan Vos is like 6'3", so he's like at least 5 inches taller than Obi-Wan, so he should have substantial height over him, but we'll see. But checking out the details, he's from Kafan, or is it Kafar? I'm not sure. It's one of those, but it's a planet where they're humanoid. Humans, obviously. He got the face tattoos and dreadlocks. Of course, we got, I'm not sure exactly what that symbol is, but he's got the clone armor along with all new sculpt. We've got a tunic, we've got hand wraps, pinless single joints, completely new sculpt, and that's what I like about Black Series. That's why I don't mind that they take their time and they give us fewer characters and fewer waves, because they really take their time. The paint here is nice. We've got some olive brown there at the bottom. We've got the boots sculpted, single jointed knees. We'll check out the articulation, obviously, and of course he's got his Jedi belt, a very long lightsaber hilt. And he does come with another accessory, which we'll talk about when we get to accessories. But yeah, he's a cool character. I've always liked Quinlan Vos. There's a lot more in the Legends canon for him than there is the actual main canon, but it's really cool that they, you know, brought him in with the Clone Wars. And I appreciate that, and I appreciate having this figure. So yeah, I think he's really cool. I'm loving the Black Series still. Like Hasbro is a big old L for me. Pretty much all the time now as a company, but like sometimes they make some good figures, and this is one of those good figures. I think he's really cool, and I like him a lot. All right, checking out his height. That's where I was like, is he tall enough? I think he should be bigger. He's about, he's under 6.5. So no, I don't think he's tall enough. He should be taller. That's unfortunate, but we will get to comparisons later. Now we can go over articulation, I guess, and suppose. Let me take the lightsaber out. Okay. So starting at the head, we get forward on a separate neck and head joint. So forward that much, backward not quite as far. Head sculpt gets in the way. Of course, we get full rotation, and the neck piece is separate, so you can turn the neck as well, but we're not going to do all that. Shoulders come up 90 degrees. We do get a butterfly joint, which is actually very nice. It's a nice butterfly joint. No bicep cut, single elbows. There's his tattoos and stuff. Floating ball joint at the wrist, which is nice. I really do like Black Series newer articulation. Ball peg at the torso, forward, not a lot, backward, not a lot. Legs come forward, all the way up, to the side, almost all the way out. No butt kicking action on these single joints. We do get a thigh cut, no boot cut, but we get a cut down there at the ankle. Whoa. And of course we get rockers. So standard Black Series articulation, but it is buttery smooth. I feel like they've really mastered the style at this point. Speaking of style, accessories. So yeah, we get this lightsaber hilt, which the top of it kind of reminds me of Qui-Gon's, and then it's just like longer, which is kind of weird. Not a lot of paint on there. There is some paint, obviously. We get the black and the red at the top, and then nothing else. Peg to put on his waist. Blade comes out. Standard green blade. Hello. Focus. Focus. There it is. And then we get a replacement swishing blade, which they first did with Dooku from the Clone Wars, and then now they've just recently started adding these 2 more characters, which is needed with the price hike. So is it worth it with that? Ooh, that's kind of heavy. I don't know how that's going to hold up as far as the peg goes. That's interesting. Is it worth it? $30? Debatable. No, but I wanted Quinlan Voss, and at least we get 1 extra piece. It's not enough to make it like better how much everything is going up in price. But, you know, Quinlan Voss, right? Gotta get some figures. I still enjoy collecting. So, yeah, I like him. But those are his accessories. I don't know about this. This thing is so heavy. Like, I feel like it's gonna break. I feel like it's gonna break the peg at some point. And then if you want to put his waist, there you go. Just pegs in there. So yeah, those are the accessories for good old Quinlan Voss here. Now I can check out the height. Yeah, he's a little too short. He should be closer to Anakin's height than Obi-Wan's, but it's whatever, I guess, right? It's not like it's the only one canonical appearance and you have the height listed in multiple different sources, right? That's not how statistics in canon work, right? You can just fudge it whenever you want, right, Hasbro? Oh, I digress. Here he is with Anakin and Obi-Wan. Like I said, Anakin should be around the same height as Quinlan Voss, and Ewan McGregor / Obi-Wan Kenobi is 5'10". Hayden Christensen is like 6'2", 6'3". I don't know, he's 6 foot something. And then Quinlan Voss is listed as 6'3". So considering there was no live action actor except for like briefly an appearance in episode 1 sitting at a table in a cameo, there's no live action Quinlan Voss. So there's really no height reference as far as the actors. But like I said, Wikipedia, the canon one, he's listed as 6.3, and then you can go to Legends and check out all the other stuff. But it's like, I knew he was too short. And then I posted on Reddit. I made a post. Not griping or complaining about the figure, but it's just the one picture I posted on Instagram if you follow me on there. And I was like, I love this figure a lot. I just think he's slightly too small. He should be taller. And someone was like, why? And I was like, because he's 6'3". And I just haven't done comparison yet, but he just feels small to me. And then someone was arguing with me about the height. It's like, here's screenshots and the height. And I said, well, you got 1 canon appearance. You got 1 height description, right? Let's just go with that. So he's too short. People got to argue about everything, I guess. It wasn't even an argument. I was just like, yeah, I just think he's too small. And then, actually, I digress. I'm in a mood today. Here he is with Ahsoka Tano and his love interest, Asajj Ventress. If you've read the book, is it Dark Apprentice? She turns the light side. He has a brief foray into the dark side, and it's a whole thing. And then at the end, she sacrifices herself, and Count Dooku, ends her, and then she comes back later. If you've watched, was it Tales? I know there's Tales of the Jedi, Tales of the Empire, Tales of the, I don't know what it's called, but there's one that shows how Asajj Ventress came back. But Y'all don't care if I spoil a book, right? Also, there's a stink bug in here. I don't know where it came from, but I'm gonna have to grab that thing. It's still freaking winter. Lastly, for Black Series, here he is with Dooku and Sidious, just because, well, like I just said, he fought Dooku with his lover, Saj Ventress, and yeah, we know how that turned out for her, and obviously, we need to read the book, or listen to it on audiobook, or whatever. And then Sidious, because he's a Sith Lord, so... There is parts of like that book where Quinlan has a red lightsaber, I believe, which is kind of cool. Here he is with She-Hulk and Captain America, with Jada, Ryu, and Cammy, and lastly with Gun Girl and Rowdy Viles. So yeah, he's definitely on the short side.
I will always love you.
But with all of that being said, y'all, I will say that Quinlan Vos it's a toss-up. If you like the character, if it's something you're excited for, then yeah, no, it's still not worth $30. But it's the only Quinlan Vos we're going to get, so there's that argument. For me, it's like, yes, I want these characters, I want these figures, but I want better quality, I want more stuff if you're going to keep increasing the price for no frickin' reason. And it is for no reason. It's just because they want to, because they can. And I'm tired of that. I really think that we as collectors should be asking for more, asking for better, when the prices just keep going up. And like, yeah, you added the swishy lightsaber piece, but it's really heavy and I'm afraid it's going to break. And it's just one extra piece as opposed to like all the other stuff, some G.I. Joes. And I know G.I. Joe's their own IP. It's a little bit different, but regardless, like you can put more in there. It doesn't matter what Disney says. Just stick in like 2 more accessories, alternate head sculpt, alternate faceplate, whatever, you know, just give us something more as collectors. Otherwise it's going to be like way fewer and farther between with the Hasbro releases. It's like, yeah, there's characters you really want. There's characters you really feel like you need for your collection, but there's other stuff we need as well. And it's just like, yeah, I don't know. A little bit of a more introspective video as far as collecting as a whole, and like what, like the height's not right on the character. It's literally his only appearance in canon, and it's listed right there in multiple sources. So it's like the scale, yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, like the video, comment, let me know if you agree or disagree with anything I said. If you like the character, how your day is going, just say hey. Do all that stuff. Keep your head up. Stay brave. Be kind to your local LGBTQ plus community. I love y'all. I will see you next time, and bye-bye.
Just wait 1 minute. I'm watching this new Rowdy Viles video and it's really awesome. I don't want to miss it.
It's like this chick that reviews action figures and it's really freaking cool.
Yes, I think I saw some videos and there's some really good contents out there, you know?
She reviews the ponies and stuff because you knows I love ponies.
She doesn't review ponies. It's freaking cool stuff, Toki.